If you're looking for a stylish case, then this Spigen Style Armor is just for you. Except that there is one major problem, which I will explain later in this video. But first, let's talk what's good. The first thing I notice about this case is how light it is. It weighs around 42 grams and boy oh boy, it feels surprisingly slim in my hand. The rails on this case is rounded, and the thickness of this case is around 14 millimeters, and because of all these things, it feels very comfortable to hold, and it's a breeze when you use your iPhone one-handed. Having said that, the best thing about this case is how it looks. I really like the orange accents surrounding this case. Even the inside of this camera module has this orange accent, which adds to the overall vibe of this phone. The back of the case has this dual tone finish to it. The top part has this titanium finish to it, which goes well with my titanium iPhone. Moreover, the texture on this is more of satin finish, and the bottom has this dark grey look with a more rubberized texture. All around, it's great in hand, and by any chance, if you don't like this colorway, no worries. Spigen got multiple color options for you in their lineup that you can choose from. By the way, did I mention this case is MagSafe compatible? And the magnets on this are strong. They are even stronger than what you see on cases made by Apple themselves. All my MagSafe accessories align and stick perfectly, and they don't jiggle or dangle around. It's perfect. Now let's talk about the buttons. I must admit, these are some of the best tactile buttons I have seen on a case. They are super springy and clicky, and the best button of them is the action button. I have tried many cases, and 99% of them make bad action buttons. They're mushy and lousy. But no, not this one. I don't know how Spigen pulled it off, but it's so refreshing to see a good tactile clicky action button. By the way, this case also has some great drop protection thanks to the air cushion corners. It's good for everyday drops, and I have dropped it from 6 feet high and still my iPhone is in one piece. Additionally, there is this raised ridge around the camera module which definitely gives some added protection, but the lip around the front of the case is ever so slightly raised. So if your iPhone falls face first, then there is a good chance the screen may crack. To avoid that, I applied a screen protector on, and so should you. Moving on to the bottom of the case, you will find 3 cutouts, one for the speaker, one for the microphone, and one for the standard Type-C port. The cutout for the Type-C port is large, so you can definitely go ahead and use different sizes of third-party cables without breaking a sweat. Now let's talk about the biggest problem I have with this case. It's a nightmare to take the case off from my iPhone. Remember I mentioned that this case has dual zones? Well, in order to remove the iPhone from the case, you need to bend the bottom part of the case till you hear a crack. Then you need to remove the grey plastic piece. After that, you need to push the orange TPU down and pull out the phone. This is so frustrating and tiresome. It feels like Spigen 3D printed parts in their backyard and called it a day. And the problem doesn't end there. In order to put your iPhone inside the case, you need to attach the grey plastic bit first. Make sure it locks in place, and it definitely takes more than a couple of tries to do it. And then you should make sure you don't apply too much force, otherwise the locking points will break because it's made out of cheap plastic. And after doing all these rituals, you can go ahead and put your iPhone in. Seriously, who has time for all this? It's a pain to put the case on and off. It's as simple as that. And maybe they're right, looking stylish is painful.